much appreciated. I want to thank Chris, who really has done all the arrangements for tonight's dinner, and it's been fabulous, and thank you very much for that. And I personally want to thank Jeff and Terry. This won't be the last time I thank them, but I guess the first time I'll formally thank them for all the work they did to arrange this weekend and the wedding. It's a tremendous task, as you all know, those of you who have had other weddings. And I personally also want to thank them for producing Julie. Who is not only beautiful, but also wise and very perceptive.
She has great taste.
To see all the wonderful things about my son and some of the eccentricities, and actually enjoy and love them. So I very much appreciate that. And I did write a whole thing that I was going to say tonight, but I was suggested that maybe I should save that for tomorrow. And since I can only write one thing, I decided I will save it for tomorrow. It's not too long. So I think there are a number of people who do want to say some things. And I think we'll start with Ben and Julie.
Okay. And we also, of course, want to thank our parents, Jeff and Terry, and my mom and dad, for putting on this wonderful rehearsal dinner. Can we have some gifts handed out? Okay.
We're gonna wait just a couple
Yeah, stall.
Oh, let's start all over.
All right, we said good things about this. Oh, man, rewind.
That was just a rehearsal call.
Well, we want to begin by thanking Chris and Rich and Lynn for throwing on this fabulous gathering tonight. And we have a couple things to signify our thanks.
It's a computer!
You can talk today.
No, I know that. 23 years, 25 years, same thing.
He's probably written enough for both nights.
Do it.
Oh, I love to rap.
By the way, Ben doesn't believe in that. You're only going to take it off.
No, I still don't believe in rapping. I put on
All together.
This is a mock-up.
Sure.
The wallet size.
This is the Smurf version.
Doesn't hang in the car.
I'll get more of Smurfs tomorrow.
What we wanted for is we thought that we would want some wedding photos, like professional photos taken by a photographer. And you can have one of you and Lynn. And
I just saw him in the little thing.
Chris, hold it over here.
Chris, hold it over here.
I feel like Vanna White.
Christine, over here.
Because he's going to have a professional wedding.
No, my sister said they're going to make beautiful babies. They are going to make beautiful babies. Is that going to replace the naked picture of Ben?
Never.
Naked Ben?
Never.
When he was 4.
By the way, we do have a video of Ben. If you can ever get a video. I'll the video.
You have a video, Jeffrey.
It could be on the internet tomorrow.
I know, you need to watch. And the next week, we have the Laser Party.
Oh my god, no way. The coolest thing ever. Oh my god.
I'm supposed to buy you only a
Oh my god, no. This is so much better. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know what? Try to make it next.
I will take it. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe we know Jordan because Jordan's too rushed.
You get an iPod?
Fabulous. Oh, you have to get instructions. You have to get instructions on how to pack it.
It is fabulous. It's more than cute. It's fabulous.
So again, thank you to our wedding party. Walking us all through not only the wedding, but through life. We have, Wait, say that again? People in my wedding party who've been with us not only through all the wedding preparations, but just really from all different facets of our life. My sister Jennifer. And Briere. My friend Bianca, who's lived with me for 3 years throughout college. And my oldest friend, Madeline, we've been really good friends since 3rd grade.
Actually, I have one of my best friends, Eitan, who I've known my whole entire life. It's great. We have Nikolai from college, who actually introduced me to the iPod. It was really faded into that.
But he works for Apple.
No, at least not Matrix. Of course, my friend Matt. That's my best man. And Matt. Of course, Jake, who's Julie's cousin, and also Toph. Of course, we have our friend Lee, who's here.
And then we also have our Rin Bear and Flower Girl. Zach and Nora. So again, thank you everyone for coming.
Ben and Julie, I think we have a few more people in the audience who would like to say some things to Ben and Julie. So in no specific order, those of you who prepared something, if you want to stand and take the floor. I know. That table? Okay.
No, I'm. Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay. And speaking of large theater voice, so we all can hear you. Maybe if you could come over to the center so we can all hear you. Great.
Wow. Starting a new tradition with Julie. You're the first out of us 6. We figured we'd all stand up here and say a few words about you instead of playing our usual tricks. Now, Julie's the oldest cousin, then there's me and the younger 4, We all grew up very close together in a family. Who could ask for much more?
Julie and Ben, this isn't the end. A brand new life as man and wife. Come on, everybody, let's raise our glass to this couple with so much class. Yeah!
Julie, you've always been there to show me the way, how to dress, act, and what to say. I can hardly think of you moving away. Ben, take care of her. She's more precious than words can say. Ben, now you're part of the Wilner men. It's so nice to have a big brother and a friend.
When I was tiny and full of charm, Julie always held me in her arms. Now that I'm grown and we must part, know you two are always deep in my heart.
Julie, you're the beginning and I'm the end of the line. Between us Wilner cousins, we're pretty fine. You're getting married and moving on. I know you will have a great time. Living and working in California, you will shine. You will always be here in my heart. Though miles may be between us, we will never part. We wanted to all give you our wishes, so here's to you with hugs and kisses.
You guys did a great job. They just had to make you start a new They thought they was All right, Julie, this is to you and Ben. Julie, from the moment you were born, a healthy baby girl, we knew you were unique, a jewel, a pearl. You were the first in the next generation line, a beautiful Wilner girl, how divine. A more determined child could not be found. Always got what you wanted, even if it took leaps and bounds. You'd set your jaw and off you'd go. Look out, world, here comes Julie. She won't take a no. You grew so fast, always wise for your years, always helping your cousins through their tears and tears. I don't know.
Keep going, you're doing great.
Photographer, editor, swimmer too, you did them with style. We were always so proud of you. Then off to college you went. We couldn't believe you were Ann Arbor sent. Your time at Michigan was wisely spent, learning, growing, and understanding what was meant. A finer nurse will never be. Your kindness, compassion, and knowledge. Any of our time with these. Oh, we'll see. But enough of Julie, on to Ben, a boy in the family, on Ben. You've been part of our family from the very first day. I love you dearly, even if I have to share my birthday. We have the same birthday, Ben and I. We welcome you with open hearts. Jake and Caleb are so happy to have someone to play darts. A better role model we couldn't find. You're smart, you're funny, you're both a kind. But on to the reason we are here. The union of Julie and Ben is here. A young love that grew We knew from the beginning it was true. I wish you much happiness and love. It is the greatest gift you gotta love. Be happy, be healthy, long life. As your journey begins as husband and wife. Remember to learn, love, laugh, and play with the gift of each other every day. So let's raise our glasses to toast and to cheer. Julie and Ben's wedding day is here.
Here,
I didn't prepare anything. So anyway, Ben and I go way back. And I've made quite a career of making fun of him. Gotten pretty good at it over the years. And if any of you talk to me later tonight or at any point tomorrow, morning till night, I could probably share some of that with you, but not right now.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can probably find something to make fun of about Ben. I'd like to say I'm the best at it, the most well equipped for that job, but right now I just want to say that he's the best person I know. And that he deserves all the happiness in the world. And I'm so happy for him. So, Julie, thank you for making my brother into a man. I thought it would never happen.
didn't prepare anything to or anything. Nothing's gonna rhyme. But I would like to say, you guys, I've known you for a while, and you are great for each other. You guys, you keep Ben grounded in reality and tell him not to put, sparkling wine in the freezer, and take stuffed monkeys to class, and things like that. And Ben, you're very good for people. You can cook, like steak and cake, but nothing else. And I would like to say, lots of love to you, and I wish you the best of luck.
I want to say something about Ben and something about Julie. I've known Ben since he was 6 years old, and for our childhood we were basically inseparable. I was over at Ben's house about every day, and on the weekends I was have sleepovers. But what I've known from Ben is that he's a really misunderstood person. Because he's extremely intelligent, part of it. But Julie, it's not often I'm so quickly impressed by another person. And it didn't take me long to warm up to you and see that what you see in Ben is not just his outer shell, but you generally have very deep for him. And I feel very good about you two. It makes me very happy to see you. So, that's about it, Ben. We've come far. I have embarrassing stories. I don't want to tell them. But Ben Mazel Tov, congratulations. To a long, full life of playing.
I did not write a speech, but I will speak from my heart, and I'll speak for our side of the family. I am Terry's twin sister. I am the younger one, hard to tell, but I am the younger one of 4 minutes. When my mother was expecting Terry and I, she did not know she was having twins. And she was going to name us Terry Ellen. She was going to name one Terry Ellen, and when she had 2 babies, she named one Terry and one Ellen.
Which is a really good thing.
Which is really good. It's a wonderful thing. And Terry and I grew up together with our sibling rivalries, but as we grew older, we went away to college, we went to different schools. My mother, even though we were twins and we're obviously not identical, most of you are shocked that I'm her twin, we grew up very individually, but also as we got older, we became very, very connected. And as we became adults, we had our own families, we look at our own children, and Julie is the spitting image of Terry, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. And my daughter Megan, who's over there, to me is very much me. And when the 2 of them are together and the 2 of Terry and I are together, we like look at each other and are astounded by the resemblance that we've created. And it's with tremendous pride that all of us are here tonight, and with deep love and great passion. We are very, very connected with the Wilner family from the start. With Jeffrey and Terry meeting as young as their freshman year of, at least Terry's freshman year of college, the Wilner girls have a way, and men, have a way of reeling in, connecting to that person at a younger age, reeling them into this wonderful family of such joy and love that we have been a part of for all of these years. And it's no surprise, Julie, at what age, 22, that you and Ben are getting married at this young age, because you have a family that has a history of this connection, that this young love will surpass, all the hardships that you may have ahead. So I raise my glass to you in honor of you and in honor of the Jacobs family and all our loved ones that are with us. And we wish you Mazel Tov and wonderful, wonderful life together. Thank you.
I don't like speaking. That was very nice of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could not do something better. I'm Jeff Wallner, Julie's dad, father of the bride. But thank you all for coming tonight. I know most of you are from out of town. It's wonderful what Chris and Rich are having here for us tonight. Thank you very much for that. Everybody will have a chance to talk tonight, but I've got a few minutes. I cut out most of it. I can't do it time to work on, but I do have a short prepared statement.
Statement? Oh my God, it's
Anyways, I wanted to touch on something that Laura brought up about, and that was raising Julie wasn't always an easy task. She did have this early determination that Laura talked about. I remember one time, it was kind of early in the 5th grade, it lasted until about the 11th grade. And she mellowed out at that point. And she wasn't always difficult, but it was more if she got her own way. And she did well. Let me tell you 2 quick stories about her. First story is she never really liked animals or dogs. At one point, when she was about 10 years old, she got in her head that she wanted a cat. We said, no, can't have a cat, not conducive to our lifestyle, da-da-da. Next day, she came back and said, I got an idea. Let's get a cat who's like 7 or 8 years old. It'll die about the time I'm going to college. Taking care of it. And it's a win-win situation. Everybody wins except maybe the cat. That was one of the few arguments she didn't win. I kind of sneezed and made some allergies. And won that one. The other story was around, I think it was in the 4th grade, all students had to have an instrument. She started out with viola, but at some point she got to have the cello. Now, she wasn't a real musical person. We wanted to encourage any interest in that because of all the positive things that can happen in that. So we said, we went through all the groups and got her the cello. Finally, I just sort of said, you know, what was it about the cello? She goes, well, the cello is a large instrument. You're not allowed to take it on the bus. Mom has to drive me to school every day. She can't get away with that.
I remember that.
I was going to go on a little bit about how you're growing up too fast, but I just wanted to give one quote that somebody told me earlier on. It's about little kids, and you spend the first 2 years trying to get them to walk and talk, and then the next 16 years telling them to sit down and shut up. I also wanted to comment on Julie's special relationship that she's had with her grandparents. Although sometimes I've suspected it's for that oft-quoted reason that grandparents and grandchildren get along so well because they have a common enemy. And I'll also touch on what Ellen said, and that is about their age. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of, you know, aren't you getting married too young? You never heard it from us because we knew you were right for each other, and we weren't in a position to criticize because we also got married over the graduate at college. Just 21. I think the right age to get married is when you meet the right person. We're all fortunate that we met somebody that helped. All right, now for a little more schmaltzy stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to get through next day or so. We're kind of an emotional family. I don't know if you guys have seen that Chase commercial where the music's playing, and his daughter's getting married, and father sees the bride's daughter coming up the aisle, and his mind's eye, he sees the little girl running up. Later on, the bride and groom are dancing.
That's all he's played the last week.
Middle of the height of 24, we have to stop and watch the TV.
During that dance, the daughter looks over to see the dad, and I have trouble getting through that 30-second commercial, so tomorrow is going to be tough. It's a bittersweet time for us. We're happy for tomorrow's ceremony, and we're excited for your opportunities that you have in California, but it's sad to think about you being that far away. Julie sent me a quote from the HBO series Sex and the City, which somehow is relevant to this. And I want to read you the quote because it did make me feel a little bit better. It starts out talking about mistakes. I don't think mistakes is necessarily the right word, maybe choices. The quote is, maybe our mistakes are what make our faith. Without them, what would shape our lives? Perhaps if we never veered off course, we wouldn't fall in love, have babies, to be who we are. After all, seasons change, so do cities. People come into your life and people go, but it's comforting to know that the ones you love are always in your heart. And you're very lucky, just a plain right away. So I'd like to end my little part with a toast, and that is, when children find true love, parents find true joy. Here's to your joy and ours.
I also have my own separate one. It's hard to follow up that, Dad. Now that you've heard the parents' version of Julie, let me tell you the real story about her from yours truly. There are many different stories and versions, but I have the truth, since I was on all the excursions. Growing up with her was not as quite as easy as it seems. She chased me, pinched me, and plotted many kill me schemes. As a baby, my parents thought it'd be cute. She'd put stuff in my crib, any toy she could touch. It was her generosity, they said, when she buried me in stuffed animals. But come on, the Tonka truck was a little much. Straight hair versus curly, 5'6" to 5'3". We really aren't that different as it seems. Our values and morals are similar that match our Lexus SUVs. There was this one incident in the car where it reeked for a month. I asked Julie what the smell was, and she said she just found the egg roll she'd lost in the truck. When I sneezed in the car, she'd put the window down not to catch my germs. It didn't matter the weather outside, these were just one of Julie's terms. Growing up with her was easier said than done, but we've moved past the hard times and on to have some fun. Julie's been an inspirational leader where I try to follow in her tracks, but I get lost through accomplishments, graduating from U of M while receiving many scholarships and plaques. Julie's a big sister who always understands exactly how I feel. In every situation she'd be there while her concern was very real. I just want to tell you how proud I feel to have a sister like you, full of compassion with so much appeal. You've accomplished so much and always inspired me the best I can be. Ben, you found a winner, this I can guarantee. They met at a football game about 5 years ago, so all you single people out there, you just never know. Now, Ben is like super smart, and he's also loyal to a T. He loves Julie dearly and is very caring, as you all can see. It's going to be hard to see you pack up and move away. I'm going to miss you terribly, but we'll call you every day. To my big sister, my friend, I'll always be there for you from now until the end. So let's raise our glass high and toast to you both to love, memories, happiness, and growth.
After I spent this time, I realized I'll never get through this tomorrow.
You can practice tonight.
This looks longer than it is. I was trying to figure out words that would describe how I feel this weekend. And some that came up with joy and excitement, and that's obvious and definite. And maybe they're mixed with a bit of anxiety and nostalgia and sadness. But the word that kept coming to mind was, as Mike Myers' version of Barbra Streisand would say, was verklempt. Which actually I wasn't sure was a real Yiddish word, but actually I looked it up. It is a real Yiddish word. And it basically means choked up with emotion. And if you have to find a word, Yiddish is where it's at. There's no other language that can describe the complexity of in one word of the emotional statements of Yiddish. So I just want to spend a little time giving you my idea of where my verklempt comes from. Some wise person said once, and it must have been a fabulous psychologist. So maybe it was Lynn, because she's clearly the best psychologist I know. That deep down inside, we all think of ourselves as children. And for some of us, we still are children, but we think of ourselves as the children we were whether it was 5 or 10 or 11. Sometimes we think of ourselves in all those years. Well, if it's true about ourselves, it's doubly true about our children. So, on this weekend in which my grown-up son is getting married and starting an incredibly exciting life together with Julie, it's hard for me not to visualize little Ben. So, now actually all of you who know Ben realize it's not very difficult thinking of the child in Ben. He doesn't really hide it very much. So,
Nice shoes.
This is the 12th time Ben has worn real shoes. But for me, it goes a little bit beyond that concept of the child. So, I don't see the 25-year-old MBA graduate walking down the aisle tomorrow. I kind of see that 4-year-old in the teapot with his Smurf lunchbox, reference to Smurf before, going to Hebrew Academy for the first time. His first preschool day. I see the 5-year-old jumping out of his seat in a packed movie theater, screaming, "He's alive! E.T. is revived!" And I see the man who's made those incredible business presentations of Style High. But at the same time, I see this 8-year-old with complete joy in his face every time. He may tell me. Project could get through tomorrow. I also see that same 8-year-old creating the exclusive club called, it was something like the club for everyone in the neighborhood except my sister Rachel. The imp in Ben never was started very early. He'll never lose it, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately. So I won't just see the guy who won all those business competitions. I'll also see the 10-year-old the first time he beat me in chess. And the 14-year-old the first time he beat me in tennis. And unfortunately he kept beating me in chess. Kept beating me in tennis. And I see the boy who was on the beach hitting the Kadima ball with me 465 times, which was a world record. And then to be surpassed by 700 times when he and Eitan did. It's a record that still stands. And I won't see the young man who's going to start work at Google. I'll see the teenage entrepreneur selling Beanie Babies. Okay, so they weren't real Beanie Babies. So how is he supposed to know that the brand actually counted? And I won't see the man who worked at Microsoft and was in the elite summer internship in Extreme Blue. I'll see the young boy programming on his Apple IIc computer at the age of 7 or 8. And I can go on, but I won't. So the thing that's kind of weird to me is that this little kid is getting married and starting an adventure with Julie with remarkable possibilities. And he's an adult. Not just any adult, but an incredibly accomplished young man with a very talented wife to be in 24 hours. So it's very wonderful, and it's very strange to me. So if I'm verklempt, now you know why. I'm not the first parent who has had these feelings, and I'm sure it's very universal. Specifics may be different, but the concept is the same. So I'm very excited for Ben and Julie, and truly thrilled that you're all here to be part of this with us. And thank you very much.
Everyone just said the nicest things to us. And Rachel's holding back. I just wanted to say something to the Wilners, who have been so great to me ever since Julie and I just started dating over 5 years ago. And they've included me as part of their family almost from the beginning. I mean, Laura said that we shared a birthday. I mean, I haven't even been a Wilner. and we've been sharing birthdays for 5 years now. And they invited me up north with them to Harbor Springs. And for those of you who don't know the women very well, they have a really strong sense of family. It's just so huge. And they do so many family things together, and they've always included me. And I appreciate that so much. And I want to thank you, for throwing us this wedding, and I want to thank you for Julie. But mostly, I want to thank you for including me as part of your family. And it just felt so wonderful. And, I mean, part of me hates the fact that I'm stealing her away to the other side of the country, and I'll never, get over that. But I really love being part of this family. Thank you.
Now, my husband said I couldn't speak without planning anything, but planning anything would have sent me right over the edge this week. But we've really had fun getting to know Rich and Lynn and Chris and Diane and Rachel and really the whole family over the last couple of years. And it does seem like Ben is part of our family, and this is just a natural progression, even though he's taking her away from home. And we welcome everybody that's come here for the weekend, and especially those that have come from out of town. So, thank you. I toast you, but my glass is empty. Dessert and coffee over the dessert bar.
You stole my football.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly.
Remember them?
of God, we bless you now in God's presence. Mi adir al-kol, mi gadol al-kol, mi baruch al-kol, mi yivrechatan v'kala, o most awesome, glorious, splendid God. Grant your blessings upon these, your children, this bride, Julie, this groom, Ben, as they stand here together to create their life and their future. As they stand under this chuppah, which is a symbol of the home that they create together. This chuppah, when you first got engaged, oh, God knows how long ago, it could have been in so many different places. And there could have been maybe not even a chuppah. And so many different incarnations of what your wedding would be. But somehow, I made the cut. So I'm blessed to stand under the chuppah with you now. To play this role with all the joy in my heart and sharing with both of your families. The chuppah is a symbol of the home you create together. And a reminder that it should be open on all sides so that people are always welcome in your home. It can be the most grandiose of places or the most simple of places. And it's a reminder that when you hold each other and you have each other, it's a home. Whether it's here or even off in San Francisco. And the doors will always be open and people will always be welcome and encouraged to come often. And it's what you create. Yeah, you guys do. But it's a reminder that you always think of this moment. Just really close your eyes and in your mind's eye picture what this moment is, and always have that as a part of your heart as well, and what you create together. Because that's who you are. The two of you make home and community wherever you go. I talk to friends and family about you, and they share that about the smiles and the love and the joy you exude, and who you are as individuals and who you are as a couple. And so that's a privilege then that we share in this moment in creating your marriage together. And so we begin the ceremony formally now. As you share this cup of wine together, for the blessings of marriage, I ask you to hold the cup of wine together and you help each other drink from it at the conclusion of the blessings. Reminding us that you share everything from this point forward. And when the cup of life is filled with sweetness and goodness for one of you, so does the other share in that. And when it's diminished for one of you, because of what you create together, well, let's fill back up again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shekol bara lishboto. Blessed are you, eternal God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, eternal God, ruler of the universe, who creates all things with glory. Blessed are you, eternal God, ruler of the universe, who brings joy to the bride and groom and celebrates with them in the streets of Jerusalem and the land of Zion. Blessed are you, God, who shares in bringing brides and grooms together under the chuppah and happiness and love and joy and everything that is good in their lives. The mystics tell us that along the traditional blessings we just said, every bride and groom get their own wishes for their lives together. And so what you've articulated for this day is those blessings for yourself. You should have long life together, both of you. For your families, it should always be a part of your life as much as they are now, and even more so. You should be blessed with children who add so much more to your very existence and your being, and will cause you to have so much patience as your parents have in dealing with you. And that's when they get to look at you and say, I told you so. May you be blessed with the ability to travel and enjoy our world and see all of the glorious things that are part of it. May you have prosperity and success in what you create together in your careers as individuals. And I truly ask every bride and groom this question about their wishes and their dreams and what they hope for. And so, if there's any doubt about this being a unique and personal ceremony, Ben, may you be blessed with the Batmobile for yourself. And have a little submarine capability with it as well. I couldn't even make that one if I wanted to. There are many things that we think of as we stand here with the two of you at this time in your life and what you create together. One is that for those who have known the Wilner family for years and received the annual holiday picture with Jen and Julie, we wonder will it be Julie, Ben, and Jen now, and how will that picture be adapted? We've been racking our brains. But the other reality that is obvious is the support and strength that you have been given by your family to get you where you are today. Now, some will look at you and say, you're so young. But those who know you understand the presence and maturity and the true love that you guys have for each other. I only got to know you these past couple of years, and I have seen that in the two of you. I have seen that sense of devotion to each other. I ask you about some of the most special memories that you have. Ben, your bride, talks about when you first came and met her family, and how comfortable you felt with all of them, and how welcome you felt. Julie, Ben talked about that drive all the way back from Seattle. The time of your engagement, through all the rains, that was still perfect. Just the time you shared together. So I ask you to face one another now. Then I ask you first, do you take this woman as your wife? Do you promise to believe in her dreams, to understand her concerns? Do you pledge to make her life meaningful, filling it with the love of life and the love for each other? As I answer, I do.
I do.
Then will you catch her when she falls, trust her in her soul, embrace her with the joy of your very being?
Of course.
Will you make your love and the words of your everyday a symbol of your respect of her love of you? The spontaneity of your being a sign of your love of her from now until forever? So answer, I do.
I do.
Julie, you take this man as your husband. Do you promise to believe in his dreams, understanding his concerns? Do you pledge to make his life meaningful and filling it with the love of life and the love for each other? So answer, I do. Do you pledge to catch him when he falls, to trust in his soul, to embrace him with the joy of your very being? Do you make your love and the words of your everyday a symbol of your respect of his love of you? The spontaneity of your being a sign of your love of him from now until forever? So answer, I do. Ask for the rings at this time. Give them to me. It's like he doesn't trust me. As a rabbi, it's my privilege to stand with parents and give bride to groom and groom to bride. In a sense, to be here with them and sharing in this joy. Good weddings write themselves when you see good people and what they create together, and when they share that which is so good in their life. So I have the opportunity to share your words about each other, about one another. So Ben, I give you your bride, who's compassionate and good and giving, who can always be counted on, who, yes, will sometimes complain about things in life, but is the kind of individual who can just make them right. It doesn't just sit back and complain, but tries to fix things, and somehow gets it done always. Who is intelligent, who has an incredible sense of herself and family, and commitment, the people she cares about, and how much she cares about you. And Julie, I give you your man, your groom, who is the most easygoing individual who can balance your sense of trying to get everything done all the time, who never seems to stress, and always seems to make things work out somehow, almost magically. He just has the ability to let things roll off him, and just go with whatever's going. But you know that you're stronger because he's holding you up through it all. Who is sweet and loving and fun and spontaneous and wanting to share every moment with you. But those words that you created for yourself, Ben, I ask you to take this ring, placing it on the forefinger of Julie's right hand. She points to your heart. Saying these words out by a tradition. Hooray.
Hooray.
At.
At.
Megudeshet.
Megudeshet. Li.
B'tavat.
B'tavat.
Zo.
Zo.
Kedat.
Kedat.
Moshe.
Moshe.
Yisrael.
Yisrael.
You are consecrated unto me
You are consecrated unto me
as my wife
as my wife
with this ring,
with this ring,
according to the laws of Moses and the people of Israel.
according to the laws of Moses and the people of Israel.
Julie, you should take this ring, place it on the forefinger of Ben's right hand as he points to your heart, saying these words of love found in our Bible. I, and my beloved, my beloved is mine. I, my beloved is my friend. As you have spoken these words and shared these vows, as we've signed a ketubah and the license of the state of Michigan, it's my privilege as I stand here with you right now to proclaim that Ben Lewis and Julie Waldner have been united in marriage in the city of Novi on May 29, 2005, corresponding to the 20th day of the Hebrew month of Iyar, 5765, in accordance with the right of the people of Israel, in compliance with the laws of the state of Michigan, as signed by your witnesses, myself. And so, it's a privilege to stand with you, to be the first to call you husband and wife. Don't kiss. I saw that coming. You're like, so ready to pounce right there. This is special because it's all about you. You're the kind of people who always want to share the joy and make it not about yourself. But for this one night, let us all praise you and be a part of your life right now and sharing that joy. And remember that the people who are here sharing that with you tonight will always be with you. Whether you are all the way on the other coast, in California, pursuing your careers and having incredible success, I just hope that when I try to Google things up, I'll see either Plymouth there or something like that. Ben's thinking of me. And Julie, as you truly find a way to care in the most sensitive of ways as a nurse, may you always remember the people who are here tonight, who want to be there for you every single day. Who, whether they're in the room next door or all the way across the country, you just have to pick up the phone and call. And people will let you know how much they love you and want to be there for you. With that in mind, remember as well, not just those who are here at this time, those who are no longer physically a part of our world. As we wrap you in these flowers, and we add a tradition to our ceremony from the Jews of the Sephardic world, I ask your parents to come close to you now. A moment of silence now. May God bless you, may God protect you. May God's presence shine upon you and be good to you. May God always be a part of who you are. Reminding you of the blessings of life to the family who stand around you right now, and the people who are a part of your life right now. Reminding you that you are blessed in the smiles that you share. The smiles that every time I've ever seen you, the two of you have worn and have radiated in your lives. May you truly have a sense of purpose in everything you do, the goodness that you are blessed with. Most of all, may you be blessed with peace. Amen. In a moment, our ceremony concludes. Ben, when you break this glass. There are many reasons we break the glass. according to Jewish tradition, which reminds us that we really have no idea why we break the glass. I know, honestly, it'd be so funny. But some say it harkens back to the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in ancient times, and so our world was broken then as a people, and so from that point forward,
At this time, it's traditional for the father of the bride to offer the groom some advice. Then I'll be brief because I've given you lots of advice. And you don't have to write any things down. I'll put you in an email later. Terry, just cover up your ears for the next part because this is just sort of between Ben and I. I'm going to start with the advice that's known as the 2 rules of marriage. Rule number 1, the wife is always right. Rule number 2. Sounded like about half the audience. Rule number 2. In the event the wife is wrong, refer to rule number 1. Now, inevitably, you and Julie will have some sizable argument, and I'm going to share with you, Ben, my secret of always getting the last word in. Matter of fact, you get the last 2 words in. The lights are bright. Terry's ears still covered?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how you can end any argument. These are the 2 words. You say, yes, dear. All right. I'll finish up by saying that